What's going on, everybody? It's Stas here. Welcome back to another video. So the stock market's doing pretty well so far today, guys. S&P 500's up 0.5%. The Dow Jones is up 0.5% as well. And guess what? The Nasdaq 100 is also up 0.5% with about 20 minutes left in the session. And today we're going to be talking more about the stock market, breaking down some technicals, going over a bunch of stocks to buy now. And I also want to share with you guys what I did in the stock market today, and in general, where my head is at as a trader and as an investor. So if you all find value in the video, I'm sure you will, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, feel free to join the Strive Smart Discord chat and Facebook group, and get yourself 4 stocks from WeBull. All of those are linked down below, and guess what? They're all free of charge, so go take advantage of them. Again, linked right down below in the description box. So let's talk, guys, what happened today, what is currently happening as we have about 20 minutes left of live action here in the markets. Well, the S&P 500 hit yet again another all-time high. We saw a big gap up this morning. We crushed right through 37.12, that old all-time high, and we hit an all-time high in about 3 minutes once the market opened. Literally, once the market opened, within 1, 2, 3 minutes, we hit that all-time high. And notice what happened later on in the day, in the middle of the day. This is very important. S&P 500 saw a bit of a pull down, which makes sense because we saw such a big gap up in the morning. We pulled down midday, and look exactly where we held. Where did we hold? 37.12. We held that old resistance, the old all-time high. We held it as a new support, and in fact, we double bottomed right off of it, and we rallied even further for the rest of the day, pretty much up until now when I'm filming this video. We're still above that 37.12 level. We're at about 37.20 right now. So this is very, very good price action for the bulls out there. And if I pull out to the 20-day chart, you can see it even better. Take a look. We held down, or we pulled down, we held 37.12, and we rocketed right off of that. So what that's telling me as I'm doing my analysis here is there's more upside in the S&P. I think we could be going higher here before we actually pull down and see a bit of a retracement, right? A bit of a retracement. And quite honestly, seems like we already got a retracement a couple trading days ago when we went from 37.12 to about 36.40. So for all we know, this could be the start of the next leg up, and we could be closing the year off here in the next 2 weeks, or less than 2 weeks, with an uptrend, with an upswing rather. We're still in an uptrend. We've been in an uptrend, but the fact that we broke 37.12, hey, we might be gaining momentum now to, who knows, 3,800 by the end of 2020. And let me know your thoughts on that down below in the comments, but that's just what I'm personally seeing. I think we're gaining some momentum here on the S&P. And when it comes to SPY, the S&P 500 ETF, let me pull that up very quickly. You guys remember yesterday we talked about 371. We talked about that being a big resistance. Take a look at what happened today. We broke out of it this morning. We hit 372 all-time high, and now we actually pulled down earlier. We held 371 as a new support, and now we're rallying into the close. That's a very strong sign here for the bulls, and for all we know, bulls could be gunning for the top of this channel, the top which it is the resistance of the channel, being at about 375, 374. Who knows? That is based on this, these previous couple of weeks, based on this channel. That is where the SPY ETF could get to, right around 375, 376. Who knows? Maybe even higher than that. So overall, S&P 500 broke all-time highs today. That's very bullish in my opinion. And when it comes to the Dow Jones Industrial Average, we didn't break all-time highs today, but we're pretty dang close. Take a look. Dow Jones all-time high is 30,325. And remember, I've been talking about this on the channel. We've been in this little range for the past couple of trading days ever since the beginning of December. So pretty much 2 weeks at this point. We've been trading between 30,250 as resistance, 30,300, that all-time high, and support at about 29,900. So we've been trading in this range like clockwork, and today's the first day in pretty much this whole month that we broke out of that resistance, and now it seems like we're holding it as a new support and we're rallying into the close. I mean, take a look here on the intraday chart. This is looking pretty bullish on the Dow Jones. So what this is telling me, going back to that hourly chart, is we might see another leg up, a pretty decent leg up at that here on the Dow, maybe up to mid 30,000s. I wouldn't be surprised if we did hit 30,500 on the Dow Jones here in the short term. It could be by the end of 2020, could be in the beginning of 2021, who knows, but these technicals are pointing to more upside, and I'm sure you guys will agree. Let me know your thoughts, as always, down below. And the Nasdaq 100 at this point in time also hit an all-time high, 12,760. We bursted out. I mean, yesterday, in fact, we bursted out of 12,600, that old all-time high from back on the 8th of December. So yesterday we hit an all-time high, and today we continued it, right? And this is kind of what I think is going to happen on the S&P. Remember what I said? We bursted out of that 3712 resistance, kind of like we bursted out of the 12,600 resistance here on the Nasdaq, and we saw another pop-up today. Well, I think tomorrow, maybe next week, it's likely that we're going to see another pop-up on the S&P 500, which would lead to more all-time highs. So you guys kind of get the drift here. I'm pretty bullish based on these technicals, and I could be wrong. The markets could collapse. Like I've been saying on the channel, I'm not a genie. I wish I had a crystal ball, but then again, I'm glad I don't, because having a crystal ball would kind of take the fun out of the whole stock market, right? What fun would it be if you knew what was going to happen? Sure, you'd be very rich, filthy rich, but for me, that takes the fun out of it. I guess I love the process of trading the markets more than the actual results, which obviously are the profits, but that's just me. Anyway, we saw a big pop overall in the markets today. Very, very strong. Nasdaq doing great. Russell 2000 also, I'm assuming it hit an all-time high. It did, 1973. So the markets are killing it. We have stimulus coming up, most likely $900 billion. Who knows when that's going to come out. We have the V-shot rolling out. So there's a lot of positive things right now going on, and this is what's pushing up the markets, and that's how I'm seeing it, guys. So I'd love to know your thoughts down below in the comments. What are you doing? Are you buying? Are you selling? Are you just sitting on cash right now? I'd love to know your thoughts. And let's talk about what I personally did today. And initially, the first position I took today was an SBE, Switchback Energy. This is one that I actually picked up earlier on in the day. I forget exactly. It was before this big run up here. I actually picked it up pretty earlier in the day at 35.80, so pretty much at the top of the day. So that, yeah, I guess you can say wasn't the best timed entry, but like I said on Twitter, if you guys follow me on Twitter at Stas, I called it out there on Twitter. I only nibbled a little position, so I didn't go all in 100% into this. I nibbled about 10-15%, maybe 20% of my goal position at 35.80, as I think there is potential on SBE, honestly, to get above $40. That's where my target is. First target is 39. Then if that breaks 40 plus, I think 42, 43 could be the target. And I'm liking overall how it's holding this higher low here on the 4-hour chart, but we haven't fully gotten the breakout yet. And I mean, take a look at Blink charging today, guys. This is another one, another charging company similar to SBE. This one went ballistic today. It went up 10%. And it tore out of the resistance at $30. So this is kind of what I'm expecting on SBE. It's literally the same pattern. It's the same pattern, but Blink has gotten a step further in the pattern where it's actually broken out. SBE is not there quite yet. I mean, you guys see how Blink was right around 26 at that higher low, and then it bursted out above that $30 resistance. Well, that's where SBE is pretty much. It's holding at about 35 right now. It's going to burst up, in my opinion, towards that 40 resistance, and then above 40, there's even more upside. So I'm in a position here at 35.80. I'll probably add more tomorrow, maybe next week. We'll see how that goes down. And I ended up locking in profits on XOM today. literally right before I made this video, and I timed it well. I got out at $43.65, and let me tell you guys why. First and foremost, we're seeing a potential double top here on the 4-hour chart. That's number one. So that's a bit worrisome to me, as I was in at 43.05 and I'm up a little bit. I might as well lock in the profits, right? Because a double top could insinuate more downside, because a double top could be followed by a dump off, similar to how a double bottom could be followed by a breakout, right? A double top is a bearish pattern. So I'm seeing a double top here, and on top of that, on the intraday chart, take a look at what I'm seeing here. And I saw this when I got out of my position at 43.65. I was seeing a head and shoulder. Let me show you guys this. We got the head right here, left shoulder right here at about 43.70, right? The head was a little bit right under $44. And then we had this left or the right shoulder forming right here. And the fact that I actually didn't sell on the initial resistance at 43.75, I waited until it got rejected again at 43.75, and then it dumped off. That is where I locked in the profits, at 43.65. So talk about a timed entry, guys. This is what I saw, and I locked the profits, and I'm happy I did, as it is dumping off a cliff as I'm filming this video. So this is what you guys have to spot, right? This is what you guys have to look out for. Look out for these patterns, the channels, the wedges, the triangles. That's why we talk about them, right? The head and shoulder, because if you spot these, you can see these. It really benefits you, especially if you're a trader, if you're looking to maximize your profits. I mean, imagine if I did not see this head and shoulder. I would still be in the trade right now, and my profits would be getting eaten away by the second. But I locked that in literally right before the video, and I'm happy about that. And AAPL, Apple is one that I'm still in, $112. Very happy with this position. It's up 0.7% today, almost hit over 130, so I couldn't say anything better or anything bad about Apple. I really can't say anything bad at this point, other than nothing. There's nothing I can say bad, honestly. But yeah, I'm in Apple AAPL at $112. I locked in a little bit a couple days ago at 127.30. Still letting the rest ride, as I think we could be going mid 130s. I'm also still in good old Workhorse, which has not been a workhorse recently. It's been pretty slow. It's kind of looking like a donkey at this point, instead of a workhorse. But yeah, I'm still in $22. I'm also still in SLV. And let's talk about the precious metals, guys. SLV, silver, gold. This is what I'm talking about. This is why I hold these. Look at what happened today. Silver's up a whopping what? Let's take a look here. Is silver even here? Yeah, it's up 4%. It's up to 26 an ounce. It broke out of that wedge we were talking about. It broke out of the highs from back in the beginning of November. And this is why I want silver and SLV, because it's good to have exposure to precious metals, and we're seeing precious metals do well due to the stimulus, right? Due to the stimulus coming out, devaluing the dollar. That's going to be doing wonders for these precious metals. So we saw silver do well today. Gold did very well as well, up $30 an ounce, up 1.6%. And we'll talk about some gold stocks later in this video. And we also have Bitcoin, guys. Oh my goodness. We'll get into Bitcoin here in a second. Bitcoin is going parabolic right now. But overall, guys, that's what I'm doing. I'm in SLV, I'm in Workhorse, I'm in Apple, locked in on XOM, and I'm in SBE. Let me know what you guys are doing down below in the comments. And if you are enjoying the video, hit the like button. And you might as well, if you haven't already, claim those 4 free stocks from WeBull down below. And let's talk about some other stocks. So I have FedEx here in my notes, but FedEx is reporting after hours today, and I'm not too sure if we'll be able to get the earnings on this video because it's 3:50 right now. They'll probably report at about 4:15, 4:20. The video will be over by then, but don't worry, I'll cover FedEx tomorrow and their earnings, and overall the pattern is looking pretty good. So up 1.3% right now, up almost $4 per share. We held that 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart. The support of this channel as well. And now, honestly, guys, it's looking like it wants to make a move up into the high 290s, low 300s. I mean, that is what I've been talking about here on the videos. And who knows, if they do well in terms of earnings, it might go up to 300 plus, 305. Oh my God. Almost choked on my words here, guys. Yeah, you caught that. That's pretty funny. You guys should record that and laugh at me. But yeah, I almost choked on my words. But 305 plus, that could be where we do go. And if they do well in terms of earnings, that very well could be where we go. But me, I don't like buying and holding through earnings trading wise. That's not my style. I don't like doing that. I've lost money in the past. So, I mean, you could gamble and buy now and hope that it goes over 300, but realize if it doesn't, I mean, if they don't do well in terms of earnings, the stock could easily collapse to the mid 200s for all we know, right? So I'm going to wait till tomorrow, see what they report, and maybe from 295 to 300 plus could be a move there. And Corsair Gaming, guys, shout out to Corsair Gaming. They're doing well today, up 5%. And if you guys remember, we called this stock out about a week ago, back in the early-ish December. We were talking about it. You can see here this little oval and arrow. That's kind of what I was thinking was going to happen. It was going to break out into, 38, 40 bucks. And we ultimately got the move right. I mean, it's breaking out now into $38, $40, but we didn't get the timing right. You guys can see that was back in the beginning of December. So it's been consolidating a bit since then, but now it's finally breaking out of this wedge. And I mean, let me redraw it for you guys so you can see what's going on here. I mean, we held the higher low at about $36, $34-ish a couple days ago, and now yesterday and today, officially, we are out of that 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart. That is very, very bullish, and I think Corsair Gaming, I mean, it's going to be gunning now for the low 40s. I think $42.50 is a big target, $43 if that breaks, maybe $47-ish, maybe even $50. It could be testing those highs again, so I'm watching Corsair Gaming on this momentum, looking very good. It is for sure breaking out. And GBTC, guys, talk about a breakout. I don't have my phone on me right now. Let me double check my pockets. Nope, I don't. But Bitcoin, at this point in time, last time I checked it, actually, I don't know about now, but last time I checked it, it was at $23,600. And you guys know the all-time high was right around, what, 19.8, 20,000, whatever. And a lot of people were expecting it either to fall back down at $20,000 and maybe fall to about 12,000, 13,000. But me personally, and a lot of other people were expecting it to plow through 20,000 and get to who knows where. We don't know where it's going to go, but I expected it to plow through 20,000, especially with all the hype around it right now. I don't want to say it's similar to what it was like in 2017. 2017 was way different than now, I would say, but now that we're seeing institutional money get into Bitcoin, we saw MicroStrategies or MicroSolutions. MicroStrategies, MicroSolutions, one or the other. They bought a big position. We see a lot of other institutions, hedge funds, whatever, picking up some Bitcoin. So this is really pushing up the price. I mean, we've seen Square get in, PayPal's allowing Bitcoin transactions and so forth. It's becoming more universal. And the idea here is the more and more people and hedge funds and institutional investors specifically, the more they actually get into Bitcoin, the more and more the stock's going to go up. So people are like, oh my goodness, or not the stock, Bitcoin. They're like, oh my goodness, I got to get into Bitcoin. All these funds are going to get in, push it up. That's kind of why we're seeing the explosion out of 20,000. And GBTC here is a way that you can trade Bitcoin in the stock market. It's literally a trust that holds Bitcoin. So this is what I'm looking at. I mean, we called it out at $20 a couple trading days ago on this dip. I didn't get in, but don't worry, guys. I own some Bitcoin. I was buying Bitcoin in May this past year. I owned some in 2017, sold out of it completely, bought back in May 2020 at about 9,000. Around there, I bought some positions, and I've been holding since, so I'm not missing out on this rally. And let me know if you guys are in Bitcoin down below. But if you want to get on GBTC, I wouldn't really force it, honestly, until it can pull down a bit, maybe to 25 bucks. If we can get 25 bucks GBTC, I think that could be a good dip buy on this old resistance here back from the end of November into early December. So watch out for GBTC there. And speaking about Bitcoin crypto, Coinbase today, they announced they're going public. So yet again, another IPO. They're probably not, they're definitely not going public until 2021 at some point. We don't know the details, but obviously as 2020 is wrapping up, there's no way they can squeeze an IPO in the next week and a half. So 2021, they're likely going to go public, and we'll see in a couple weeks, whenever that comes out, what the details are about that. But Coinbase, shout out to them. I've made a bunch of videos on how to actually buy Bitcoin on Coinbase. I'll link that down below if you guys are interested. And another stock here which correlates with gold too, actually, GDX. Finally, we're breaking out of the downwards channel on GDX today, guys. We gapped up above 36, up 3.4%. Obviously, that's heavily correlated to the price of gold doing well today. So I'm watching this breakout on GDX, which is a gold miners ETF. So watch out for maybe a move up to the higher 30s. We're at 37, so that is high 30s. But maybe 38, 39, maybe a bust out into the $40 level for GDX. That's what I'm looking at here. And GLD is an ETF that tracks the price of gold. It's not a gold miners ETF. It simply tracks the price of gold. Very similar to SLV, which I own. I covered it earlier. SLV tracks the price of silver, right? GLD is the same thing, but it tracks the price of gold. So this is what I'm watching. We broke out of the downtrending channel. We broke out of 175, 176 resistance. Now we could be making our way up back into the 180. So I think there's a lot of potential here with GBTC, Bitcoin Trust, GDX, GLD, SLV. A lot of these precious metals and Bitcoin plays, I'm interested in them. And one here that I also like is Tattooed Chef, ticker symbol TTCF. This one is up 5% today, and we called it a breakout anywhere above 1850, right? We covered it a couple days ago on the channel. It broke 1850. We ran up to about 22 bucks. I was telling you guys, don't force it there. It's a bit overbought. Wait for the pull down. We got the pull down. It held 1880 as a new support at a higher low, and today we got, there goes the markets. Today we got the pop off of that 1850 support, and now it seems like we're continuing the uptrend. So this could be a nice momentum play on TTCF, maybe up back over $22, maybe into the mid-20s. So I'm watching TTCF. ZM Zoom is another one here, guys, which is downtrending still, no doubt about it. I'm not going all in on Zoom quite yet, but we're about to test this resistance that we've really gotten rejected at once, twice, 3, 4 times in the past couple of weeks, ever since the end of October. So that is where we're going to test, right around 415, right around this downtrending trend line. If we break out of 415, ultimately 440, I'm not sure if it's going to happen, guys. Who knows? But if it does, Zoom could be a breakout candidate here, maybe back up into the higher 400s. So I'm watching Zoom. I'm also watching good old AirBNB, which we called out yesterday as it broke out. Let me show you here on the 5-day, 5-minute. It broke out of this little downtrend it was in ever since IPO day. It was in a 1, 2, 3, 4-day downtrend. We broke out of that yesterday, and the uptrend continued today. So we don't have enough data, a ton of data here to really do a full analysis on Airbnb. So we'll cover what we have. And at this point, it looks like we're trying to make a sort of like a U-shape, V-shape, kind of, not really a V-shape. It's more of a U-shape. So we could be maybe gunning for that not the IPO price, but where it was on IPO day, maybe 165. I don't think it's going to get there tomorrow, maybe not even next week, but overall, I think Airbnb could be heading up there, which is only about 10% away from where it is today. And mind you guys, yesterday it went up 10%, and today it closed the day up almost 7%. So to say it's going to go up another 10% is not too crazy at the end of the day. And a couple more here, INTC Intel. This is one that is very similar to that GDX pattern, right? We saw the GDX pattern. It broke out of the downtrending channel. Well, Intel did not break out of the downtrending channel. In fact, we got rejected there at 52.50 a couple trading days ago, back in the beginning of December, and we also got rejected there again at a lower high today at $51, and we dumped down almost 1%. So if anything, this could be a short play. I think Intel could be going lower, and I'll think that until it breaks out of this downwards channel. I mean, honestly, if it does break out, I'd probably consider a position maybe $53 up to about $55. That could be the move if it breaks out of the downtrending channel. But if it continues on this path of just going lower and lower and lower, we might be going down to the high 40s, mid 40s. Who knows? So watch out for Intel. Qualcomm is another one. QCOM hit 161, pulled down to about 143. That opened up about 12% profit, and it's been recovering ever since that pull down. Now we're a little bit under $150 per share, and honestly, I think there's more upside here on Qualcomm, especially if we can clear 150 to about 152. Take a look. That's resistance from back in the middle towards the end of November. So watch for 152 to pop out. And from there, 162, 161 could be coming. So watch for Qualcomm. And NEO is the last one here, guys. And I almost forgot NNDM. I didn't put NNDM on the list, so we'll do NNDM here in a second. But NEO's up 3% today, and another strong day. This is what, the fourth straight day of green for NEO. I'm loving that. And we ran into the close of the market on an upswing. So that's very good. I think NEO could be going up to the low 50s in the next coming trading days, high 40s as well. I mean, obviously, it's got to go high 40s before it goes low 50s. So watch out for the momentum here on NEO. It's looking strong. I'm loving it. And NNDM is another one, guys, finally showing some uptrend momentum, upswing momentum here. We broke out of this resistance on the hourly chart. You guys can see it. We broke out of this 50 SMA, 180 SMA today. We squeezed out. And on the intraday chart, you can see that is a heck of a short squeeze from 640 to about 680 in the span of a couple minutes. That's great. So NNDM, I think, is going higher. I think we're going to get back into this uptrending channel, anywhere from the mid 7s up to about $8. I think that's possible here on NNDM in the short term. So let me know your thoughts down below, guys. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below, and don't forget to join the Strive Smart Discord chat and the Facebook group. And don't forget to also claim your 4 stocks from WeBull, and all of those are free of charge and linked down below. So I'll catch you all in the next video. Thanks for watching. As always, stay safe out there, guys. Keep crushing the markets. Peace out.